Welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm just hopping on here because I'm going to be making some plain fried rice. I don't know if anybody knows, but I cooked in a Chinese and Canadian restaurant for 10 years, and it was called Charlie's Place. And I'm going to be making tonight for supper, I'm going to be making some fish with some plain fried rice. So let's get started on making this plain fried rice. Typically, most people wouldn't be making Chinese rice with minute rice, but that is all that I have tonight. So this is what I'll be making, and I'm going to be making 4 cups of the rice, this minute rice. Just do as the directions say on the box. Just boil some water, pour in your rice, and let it wait for 5 minutes, and you have rice. But the reason why I make 4 cups of it is because that's way more than what we'll eat for supper, but I love to have leftovers. It's great throughout the week when I'm coming home from work and I need something really quick. This is it, and we both absolutely love this plain fried rice. A lot of my pots are nostalgic. This pot here was my grandmother's pot, and I got this when they cleaned up the house after she passed away, and she always cooked carrots in this pot. It's probably not the best pot to be using nowadays, but I will get new pots soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up about half full of water, put a little pinch of salt and a little bit of butter in it, and I'm going to boil this on the stove. So I've got my pot here. It's a little more than half full of water, and I've just put some salt in there, like a pinch of salt or 2. And I've just put a little tiny bit on a fork of butter in there. And I'm just gonna put this on the stove while we prep everything else for the rice. As you can see, I have my pot here. It's ready to turn on high to boil, but I'm not ready to do that yet because with Chinese foods, you have to have everything prepped and ready and then put it all together really quickly. So I'm also making fish with this, so I can't really do this step by step that way. I have to pretty much get everything ready and then put it all together after. As I mentioned, another part of the prep is to put your rice. You can use any kind of rice you want. I'm using minute rice, but you can use long grain rice. You can use whatever rice you want to make is fine. I've just got 4 cups of it here. I'll have this sitting over here on the counter, waiting for after that boils. I can throw that in there, let it do its thing, and we'll move on to the next step. As you can see, I've just grabbed a bowl, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack probably, I'd say, well, I'm making 4 cups of rice, so I'm going to crack 4 eggs for my rice. Another tip about these eggshells, I always keep all of my eggshells and I put them in a bowl in my kitchen, and when they dry out, I smash them all up in my food processor and I save them for fertilizer for my plants when I plant them. As you can see, there's a lot of eggshells in here. We eat a lot of eggs because I don't eat meat, so this is mainly my protein, so that's why we have a lot. But I have bags upon bags from over the winter that I've saved, and I will put it in with some water and probably some bread and I'll show you how to do all this though. That's in a later video. A little hard to see with the sun, but here's my 4 eggs in the bowl. Next, I'm going to go grab my celery and some onions. So here I have just some celery hearts here that I got actually 50% off. Woohoo me. It's not too many times you get deals at the grocery store anymore. But I'm probably going to take 4 of these small ones here and put them on my butcher board here. And I'm going to wash them in the sink, maybe 5 because they're pretty small. And then I'm going to chop them all up. So I've washed them, and now I'm just going to take them and I'm going to split them like so. And Sam is apparently going to smell them, even though he doesn't like celery at all. It's one sort of fruit, vegetable he will not eat is celery. Likes everything else. Peppers are his favorite. Now that I've sliced them all, you just take your knife, like so. I hope you can see this. And just chop through them all. But when you're chopping, always make sure to hold your vegetables like this, so if the knife goes down, it doesn't cut your finger off. Nobody wants to cut the finger off. So you just go like so. And slice them all up. Doesn't have to be any certain size, it's fine. I don't go real small, but. And then you just pick those up and you put that in with your egg mixture, like so. And then I'll put that all in there, and then we'll slice up the onion. I happen to have half of an onion already cut and peeled for me, not cut, but peeled for me in the fridge. So I'm just going to take this out and slice that up and put that in with the eggs too. Hit my maneuver with my phone because the sunlight on my board was too hard for you to see what I was doing. So now I'm going to show you how I cut up my onion. So I'm just going to make slices in it along here. And it's always important to use a very sharp knife when you're cutting. I know a lot of people are scared of sharp knives, but you're far better off if you get cut with a sharp knife than you are with a dull knife. So just slicing through all of this, and again, I should be holding my fingers the right way. And then you just dice it up, and then just chop, 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 chop. The onions are all chopped. Just gonna grab the bowl here, and I'm going to put the onions in with my celery and my eggs, like so. And then I'm going to prep some green onions, and then we're ready to start making the rice. Just cut up some green onions. I had some green onions that we bought from the grocery store a while back, and every time we buy green onions from the grocery store, we always save the bottom part of it where the roots are, put some water in there and let them grow again. I've used this probably 3 times for whatever you spend, $3 for a pack of green onions nowadays. I just keep using them. This one, it's time for it to go soon, but I have another one in the fridge ready to rock and roll. So all I did with this was just use scissors. I just cut the top off of them and just cut them up. That's all I did. It's ready. And next I'm going to turn on the rice now because it's time to do that. All I've done here is mix together the eggs and the onions and the celery, and I've put it in my pot of oil. Should have waited a little longer for it to heat up, but that's sufficient. My rice is over here waiting to go in it, and my green onions are over here. So you're basically scrambling the eggs. You can put anything in this rice you want. You can put vegetables in it, you can put meat in it, you can put anything you want. This is the base of what we always made at Charlie's place for white rice, basically. So there you can see it's all scrambled. A little more oil than what I really needed, but it's avocado oil, so we're fine. It's just vegetable oil, I'd be concerned. And that's what we used to use at the restaurant, not this good oil, so it's fine. I just got my fish back there and poaching it. Because I think that's all that my tummy can handle tonight is poached fish. So I just keep boiling this, and it's done now. I can put the rice in. And here the rice is mixing in with the egg, and I'm just frying it up, making sure the rice is nice and hot. You can put soya sauce in it at this point, which is what I'm going to do here momentarily. I like a lot of soy sauce in mine. If you don't, you do you, or if you just want white rice, you can do that too. Now I'm just going to mix it together. Mixed all of the soy sauce in with my rice. And the last thing I have to do is add my green onions in there. You don't want to come off the plate. There. And I just mix them together, and here we are. This is what we always called at Charlie's Place, PFR, plain fried rice. Thanks for watching.